Okay, think about your GPS for a second. What if it could do more than just get you from point A to point B? What if instead of just showing you the path, it could actually help you find yourself along the way? Well, today we're diving into a navigation prototype that's trying to do exactly that, and it's using your own body as the compass.
Seriously, just let that sink in for a moment. Forget about the fastest route, forget about dodging traffic. What if your map was actually tuned into your internal state? What if it cared about your well-being, not just when you'll arrive? This is the huge, game-changing question behind a project called Spiral Drive. And this slide, well, it lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got every GPS we've ever known. The goal, optimization. The method, it directs you. Turn left here, rerouting. The focus is all about efficiency and speed. But now look at Spiral Drive on the right. The goal flips to attunement. The method isn't to direct you, but to reflect you. And the whole focus shifts to your internal coherence and presence. It's a totally different reason for this technology to even exist.
So that brings us to the core philosophy here. Navigation that listens. This is not about just making a better GPS. Nope. This is about introducing a whole new philosophy of movement, where the quality of your journey, well, that becomes the destination itself.
This quote really nails it. We're so used to judging a trip by cold, hard numbers. Time, distance, speed. Spiral Drive is suggesting a whole new set of metrics, something way more human. It wants us to value coherence and attunement, basically the quality of our inner state and how connected we feel to the world around us. So the question isn't, how fast can I get there? It's, what's the best way for me to arrive?
Okay, so you're probably wondering, how on earth can a piece of technology actually listen to you? How can a map sense what's going on inside? Well, the answer is pretty incredible. It turns inward and uses the most sophisticated sensor we have, our own body. The whole system is built on one key piece of data, heart rate variability, or HRV. Now, this is not your heart rate. It's the tiny millisecond differences in time between each heartbeat. Think of it like this. A high, healthy HRV means your nervous system is relaxed and ready for anything. But a low, rigid HRV can be a sign of stress or fatigue. So Spiral Drive uses your HRV to measure your coherence, which is just a word for your overall state of balance, both emotionally and physically. And you know what's really cool about all this? It's not some sci-fi fantasy. The prototype is built on stuff you might already have. An Apple Watch tracks your biometrics, an iPhone crunches the numbers, and a pair of augmented reality glasses shows you these simple, intuitive symbols that we're about to get into. That makes this technology feel surprisingly close.
And this is where Spiral Drive gets really, really different from anything you've seen. It completely throws out the robotic voice and the cluttered maps with all those arrows. Instead, it talks to you through a new symbolic language, a set of images designed to speak to a deeper, more intuitive part of your brain. So first up, you've got the mirror glyph. When this symbol just gently appears in your vision, it's like a quiet nudge from the system. It's not bossing you around, it's just a suggestion to maybe pause for a second, take a breath, and just check in with yourself. Your map is literally giving you a moment to look inward. Then you've got the B symbol. You can think of this as the system's green light, but it's a whole lot smarter. It doesn't just tell you where to go. It shows up when your own body's signals, your coherence level, are telling the system that you're in a really good state to move forward. It's about aligning your inner feeling with your outer journey. And then there's the serpent path, which honestly is a wild concept. The system shows you this symbol when it senses what it calls a transformation zone. Based on how your body is reacting to an environment, it highlights a place or a moment that might hold some potential for a personal insight or growth. It's a map that doesn't just show you the path, it points out where you might just evolve a little bit along the way. Okay, so we've got the symbols, we've got the biometrics, but what does this all actually look and feel like in the real world? Well, let's spend a day with Paul. He's the main user who is actually out there field testing the system, living the Spiral Drive experience every day.
So Paul's whole day kind of flows with this rhythm they call the daily spiral dance. It kicks off with a morning mirror session, where he literally uses his breath to calibrate the system and set his coherence baseline for the day. Then, throughout the day, a glyph might pop up, suggesting he recalibrate his path based on how he's feeling. And the day wraps up with an evening exhale, a moment to look at the day's data and see what insights he can pull from the journey. So let's get really practical. What does this feel like? Well, imagine you're on a walking meditation. The Apple Watch gives you a gentle, rhythmic pulse on your wrist, helping you sync your footsteps with your breath.
The AR glasses are showing you those simple, non-distracting symbols to guide you, but without pulling you out of the moment. And, get this, the system will even suggest the perfect walking speed based on your real-time coherence, just to help you stay in that mindful state. But hey, it's not just for chill, meditative walks. For something high focus, like riding a motorcycle, this system is a total game changer. Instead of constantly glancing down at a screen, Paul gets simple little vibrations on his left or right wrist for turns. That means he can navigate with total confidence without ever taking his eyes off the road, which keeps him safer and way more connected to the ride itself. So this is all amazing for one person, right? But the vision for Spiral Drive is so much bigger than that. It's designed to go way beyond just personal navigation into the world of shared experience and even collective wisdom. Let's take a look at this future of attunement. And look, this isn't just some feel-good idea. There's actual hard data here. When they applied this to athletics, the technology was 94% accurate at detecting an athlete's peak flow state. It led to a 23% improvement in recovery times, and get this, a staggering 67% drop in injuries just by preventing overtraining. I mean, these are not small numbers. This is a huge leap in understanding how to boost human performance. Okay, so once you see those numbers, you can't help but think about the therapeutic possibilities, right? For someone dealing with anxiety, it could learn which parks or streets are calming and suggest routes through them. For depression, it could gently nudge you towards a walk on a path that's been shown to boost mood. And for someone with PTSD, it could one day even recognize biometric triggers of distress and subtly guide them toward a space where they feel safe. And all of this leads to what might be the most mind-blowing idea of all: community coherence mapping. Just imagine if we could all anonymously share our biometric data from our journeys. We could literally create a crowdsourced emotional map of our world. We would know which street to take, not because it's the fastest, but because it's the most calming, or the most energizing, or the best one for focus. It's a completely new way of seeing and interacting with the places we all share. You see, this all circles right back to the core philosophy of the whole project. This isn't about top-down control. It's about building technology that partners with our humanity, that values the rhythm and resonance of real life over the cold math of efficiency and control. It's a model for tech that works with us, not just for us. So I guess it leaves us with a pretty big question to chew on. As we keep building the future, do we want technology that just directs our lives with more and more efficiency? Or do we want technology that actually deepens our connection to our lives, to our world, and to ourselves? It's definitely something to think about.